I was living in my car. Then a stranger paid for my coding boot camp and now I'm building apps. I was living in my 2008 Honda Civic, parked in the Walmart lot off Route 9, for almost 6 months. My job at the distribution center had evaporated overnight, and with it, my tiny apartment and any sense of security. I showered at the truck stop, $8 menu burgers, and spent my nights staring at the ceiling of my car, praying the car alarm wouldn't go off and draw attention. Every day was a grind of finding enough change for gas, trying to look presentable enough to get noticed for any job, and hiding the fact that I was eating out of a dumpster. One sweltering Tuesday in July, I was trying to use the free Wi-Fi at the library to apply for a grocery store stocker position for the 10th time. A woman, probably in her late 40s, with kind eyes and a business casual outfit, sat down next to me. She asked if I was having trouble connecting. I mumbled something about my laptop being unreliable, which wasn't entirely a lie. She looked at my worn-out notebook, the one with dozens of incomplete job applications, and then back at my face, a face I knew was probably gaunt and unshaven. She didn't pity me, which was refreshing. Instead, she asked what I wanted to do. I stammered, I'm good with computers. I used to tinker, build stuff. It was a weak attempt at explaining that I'd taught myself basic HTML and messed around with Python in college before dropping out. She then asked me about my plans. I just shrugged, gesturing vaguely towards my Civic outside. Survive, I said. That's when she pulled out a business card. I run a small tech incubator downtown. We get a lot of applications, but we also have a scholarship program for people who show raw talent and drive. We look for people who are hungry for a change. I want you to apply. I thought it was a scam. A cruel joke. But something in her eyes made me take the card. I spent the next week polishing my resume, using the library computers, and preparing for an interview I was sure I'd bomb. I went in my best, and only, button-down shirt, smelling faintly of the truck stop soap. The interview felt more like a conversation. She asked me about my problem-solving approach, my favorite programming languages, and what I'd build if I had unlimited resources. I talked about efficiency, about using tech to help people navigate complex systems, like finding shelter or jobs. A week later, I got the call. I got the scholarship. It covered tuition, books, and a small stipend for living expenses. That stipend was a godsend. I found a shared room in a house with other bootcamp students. The intensity of the program was insane, 12-hour days, coding challenges, group projects. There were moments I wanted to quit, moments the old despair crept back. But I'd look at my classmates, people who had chosen this path, and remember how I'd been handed this impossible chance. I pushed through, fueled by ramen and sheer terror of returning to the Walmart parking lot. 6 months later, I graduated at the top of my class. The incubator offered me an internship, which turned into a junior developer position. Now, 2 years later, I'm a full-time software engineer at a startup. I even created a small app that helps connect homeless individuals with local resources for food, shelter, and job assistance. That woman, Sarah, still visits the incubator. She told me she saw a spark in my eyes that day at the library, a resilience she recognized. She said she gambled on me, and I hope I'm proving her right. I never forget where I came from, and it drives me to help others find their way out, too.